Hi guys, good morning. Happy Labor Day weekend. This is Rita Freecott here from Picked and Polished in Alexandria, New Hampshire, where I love to help you create something beautiful for your home. And it can be, we live right across the street from a church in a village in Alexandria, and you can hear the bell going off, so I didn't plan that. So we live in a little historic village in Alexandria, New Hampshire, and it's just like a quintessential village. So it's all white houses around a big church with a big steeple, and then they ring the bell on Sundays. So that's what you were just hearing. But anyway, so I'm Rita Freecott, and I'm from Picked and Polished in Alexandria, New Hampshire, and I love to help you create beautiful things for your home. And I am going to be doing some stuff with patina in these orange pumpkins today. So by the time we're done, these pumpkins won't look nearly the same as they do now. So I'm going to be doing that because these are going to be included in an upcoming workshop that I have. So I kind of wanted you to see how you can do them at home yourself too. If you live far away or you can't make it to a workshop, you can order the patina bundle on my website, which I've linked up below, if you want to use patina on things you have around the house or inexpensive, thrifty things you can find. You can make beautiful with the patina line that I carry. So thanks for joining today. And I've got some really exciting news, but before I share some of that, I wanted to tell you guys a funny story. So we're painting the outside of our house finally. And it just, oh man. So we have this big shrub in front of one of the sides of our house, and our house is the size of an acorn, so it's not that bad of a job to paint. However, there's a huge hedge right where we would need to put the ladder. So yesterday, my husband put together some scaffolding, some like willy-nilly like scaffolding. It wasn't anything fancy. And so we couldn't reach the top of the side of the house to paint. Hi, Donna. Let me know if you guys can see me okay. I just want to make sure my signal's good this morning. So I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. I still haven't finished my cup yet. So we started painting. And you'd think as someone who paints tons of furniture and home decor that we would have like some system in place, but we don't because it's the outside of our house and it's the first time we've really painted it. So I did some magic mixing with some calcium carbonate with some Behr Premium Ultra paint that we got. And I'll be starting a blog soon. That's another big thing. And I'll be sharing all of our funny adventures and tips and tricks on how we painted the outside of our house. And but anyway, so my poor husband is on the scaffolding. He can't reach the top, so we had to come up with something on the fly. So I took one of the paintbrushes, and I had a broom handle that I had unscrewed, and I wrapped the paintbrush with tape to get it attached to the end of the broomstick, so that he could just barely reach the top of the siding outside of our house. Oh man, it just was kind of crazy. So anyways, we have a new strategy in place today that we're hoping will work better than my willy-nilly makeshift paintbrush on a stick that he had to use yesterday for the top. So let me know where you're watching from if you're tuning in today. And if you've ever used the patina line before or would like to, what you might want to try it on. And today we're going to be turning these styrofoam pumpkins into something fabulous. So I can't wait to share that with you. And I actually grabbed a jar that I had painted, and I had put a Prima IOD mold I had made and put on this jar. And I used the bronze patina for this glass jar. So the pumpkin today we'll be doing with, we can use bronze patina, copper patina, and rust patina. So maybe iron patina that's rusted. So maybe you guys can help me figure out which finish I want to do. And so I just launched a bunch of workshops that you can sign up for in our local area. And I have big news about upcoming workshops online. So I'm excited to share that with you today. What did I want to tell you? Oh, the Altar Studio is now carrying my Dixie Belle product line. And I'm working on filling the stock there. So if you're passing through and you want to stop in and say hi, they're across from the Franklin Savings Bank in Bristol, New Hampshire. And Debbie Gilbert, who owns the studio, is an amazing crafter. And she has a ton of beautiful paper. She's got collections of different things, and she does a ton of really cool junk journals and all kinds of neat things there too. So she's got workshops going on that you should check out if you live in this area. And if not, eventually I'm wondering if she'll be, hopefully, she's got a beautiful website, thealtarstudio.com. I'm hoping that she'll be sharing some of her beautiful journals on there sometime soon. So stay tuned for more information on that. So, hi Katie. Hope school's going good for you. Hi Shannon, thanks for watching today. So today we're going to be doing patina pumpkins, and I'm waiting for the base coat of this one to dry. So let me show you what I did. I took this really inexpensive styrofoam pumpkin, and it has a little, you can actually remove the little stem. I haven't had all my coffee today, so I'm still having a hard time coming up with words. So you can remove the stem and put a stick in or whatever you want, but for today's purposes, I just painted the stem in the coffee bean color. And I give, anytime you work with the patina line, you always want to give what you're working with a base coat of Dixie Belle Chalk Mineral paint. And that's going to help with adhesion, and because the paint is a little bit translucent, it also helps with coverage. So I think someone just said they love the copper patina, and that is so pretty. So maybe I'll start with a little copper, and I'll do a little bit of the iron rust patina, because I kind of like to mix the patina line, and it's really easy to do. And by the time we're done, you won't see any of the orange that shows through from the original color of the pumpkin. So, those of you that just tuned in, I gave this pumpkin a base coat of Gravel Road in Dixie Belle. And because the orange is so bright, it is showing through a little bit, but that's okay, because we're going to go over it with the patina paint. And the base coat is just to give it something to stick to, and it also gives good coverage, like a layer of coverage underneath. And it went a little bit thick, so it's taking a little bit of time to dry. But you can tell it's almost fall because I've got my fall work shirt on, my go-to fall flannel. So let me know where you're watching from. I'd love to hear. And I hope you guys are enjoying your Labor Day weekend. I'm hoping the weather turns a little bit warmer later. We're hoping to go to the beach. Excuse me. So, we're going to get started. I wanted to tell you guys about a big, exciting thing we're going to be launching this week. And I've been wanting to do it for a really long time. I've had some people ask about it. Quite a few people have requested this. We are watching from Utah. My husband and I used to live in Breckenridge in Colorado, and we used to go to Utah all the time just to get away from the snow. And man, is it beautiful there. Loved going to Canyonlands. I think that's my favorite park there. Where in Utah are you, Shannon? But it's so neat that so many of you pop on from all different places all over the U.S. and sometimes even from other countries. So I'm going to be offering my first online workshop. It's going to be private group. We'll be able to do it interactively with a Zoom video, and we'll be doing that on my website. And I'm going to make a really super special offer for my first workshop that I'll be offering. South Jordan, just south of SLC. Okay, awesome. I've never been there, but I bet it's beautiful. So share with your friends if you think they might be interested in online workshops. So the first one I'm going to start out with is a basics chalk painting 101. And you can I use Dixie Belle products, but you can use any chalk-based product, chalk mineral paint, for this workshop. And I'll add links for people that want to have products before the workshop starts. So it'll be all online, so you can join from anywhere in the USA. And the way it's going to work is I'm going to set it up for a weekday time. It'll go live, and you can join and watch me live and interact with me through a Zoom video. or it's recorded and you'll have it to go back to forever. So even if you're not available on the date that I'll be doing it, you'll have it to go back to in the future, which is really nice. And so it'll be a Basics Chalk Painting 101 course. And then in addition to that, I'll be throwing in some free how-tos. So maybe, I think, because this is sort of like the progression of the way it usually goes when people first learn how to do chalk painted finishes, I think waxing and adding some depth and dimension and highlighting details with wax would be a good thing to pair up with a Basics 101 course. So I'll be doing the Chalk Paint Basics 101, and included in that for free will be how to wax and add detail and dimension and depth to your piece. And here's the best part about the workshop. You hear that logging truck going by? I live in the Willy Wax, so bear with me. So when I do the workshop, it won't be this loud. You'll be able to hear me fine. So anyway, I'm trying to read the comments here. So it'll be a Chalk Paint 101 workshop with wax details included, waxing like shadowing, highlighting, all those things with wax. And the cost is only going to be $10 to join the workshop. So we'll launch it this week, and we'll open it up, and we'll see if we get to a point where we feel like there's like an overabundance of people sign up, we may have to close the door. So that's something that you might want to sign up for quickly once it gets launched. And I'm really, really excited because I've been working with a lot of people all over the USA, answering questions and helping them with their chalk painted projects, and I want to be able to do it in a course format and a workshop video format. So that's exciting. And also something that's interesting and different that will go along with that workshop will be I'll be able to do a Zoom follow-up call with you. So if you sign up for the $10 workshop, you'll get 15 minutes with me one-on-one in a private Zoom or FaceTime video call. So you could take the workshop, and then let's say a month later you go to do your project, and you rewatch the video and you say, oh shoot, I'm stuck in this area, or I need a little help with this. You can set up a time with me to get your free 15-minute interactive call. So I'm really excited about that. I think I'll meet a ton of nice people, and I'll be able to help you guys with some of your projects. So be on the lookout for that. And I want to get started with this. So let me know if you have any questions. There'll be more information coming on that this week, and I'm so excited. I'll be posting links for products too with that. So if you want to, it won't be until the beginning of October, I think, I have on my planner. So you'll have time to get your products that you want to use to practice with, or you can wait and have it in your video library and refer to it later on. So, all right, so my gravel road is almost dry on my pumpkin. Do you see how it's got a few more wet spots? So I'm going to go ahead anyway and coat. Normally I would let it dry all the way, but I'm going to go ahead and coat it. And let me know if you guys have any questions about projects you're working on, and maybe I can help you while we're on this live video. So anytime you're working with the Dixie Belle Patina products, you want to shake up your jar really, really well, because it actually has the metallic pieces in it, and that's what gives it the real patina. It's not a faux finish, because it's really got the metal in it, so I always shake it up really well. I have my new Dixie Belle synthetic bristle brush, which I love, love, love. So I'm going to use that today. And a trick that I discovered, someone else had shared a while ago, with I have trouble with my crusty paint around my cats, and then I have a hard time opening them. So sometimes if I don't put them in one of these handy dandy bottles, I put a little piece, I have a little cheap packet of those plastic bags, and I just put it over the cover and then screw the cover on. And so then it prevents all that buildup and gunk around the edges of my paint lid. So I'm going to go ahead. I've got the copper patina here, and I've already shaken it up. If you're tuning in, say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. I'm Rita Freecut from Picked and Polished in Alexandria, New Hampshire. And we're going to do some patina on pumpkins today. So here we go. I'm going to start painting, and normally I would wait until it's totally dry, but for time purposes I'm going to just get going with this. So I'm going to do some copper patina, and then after that I'm going to add a little bit of iron because I want the copper and I also want the rust patina to show on this pumpkin. I think that when you mix the patinas it's kind of fun. So I'm going to go ahead, and I'm not using a lot, I'm just getting it in here. Wait until you see what it looks like when it's totally dry, which I won't be able to show you right now, but I will post it later today. You'll see the patina change color though while we're here live together. So I'm just kind of going over lightly. And the way the process works is you do your base coat of paint, of Dixie Belle Chuck Mineral Paint, and then you do a thin coat, you let it dry, you do a thin coat of the patina that you want to use. You let that dry, and then your second coat you're going to put on. And hi Alicia, is it Alicia or Alicia Hamlin? Thanks for watching. Hi Grace from North Dakota, awesome. So I'm just putting my copper paint on over my gravel road. You can use any color for your base coat because for the most part you're going to cover it up anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Sometimes I use white, sometimes I use gravel road. I've got the bundle all together on my website, so you don't have to like try to figure out what you need. I've got it all bundled together, and the link is above if you want to get your hands on some of this and give it a try. That way you don't have to like try to think about, okay, which, you know, what exactly do I need to do the whole patina process. It's all in one little bundle online. So you can also buy them separately too. Maybe you have one of the patina colors already on hand and you just need another one. So I'm just going to keep coating this. Nice thin coat. And I'm going to let that dry. And sometimes too, if you want to paint the bottoms and you want it to dry without getting icky, you can set it on the top of a cup or something. And this is just styrofoam, so you could even use like some like toothpicks or something to hold it up if you wanted. These are just from the Dollar Tree. Really, I bought a whole case of them because I'm going to be doing a workshop with these soon. So let me know if you've tuned in. I'd love to see where everyone's tuning in from. And if you have any questions about projects you're working on right now, let me know. I'd be happy to help you. Okay, so that's my first coat of patina. Do you see how that covers really well? Where's that little spot of orange I just saw? See some orange there. But remember, I'm going to be going over this again with more paint and then the spray. So, alright, the orange won't show most likely. And while we're waiting for that one to dry, I'm actually going to do the other one in a white because these pumpkins look really cute painted white with wax details down the like crevices with the cracks of the pumpkin. So I know, isn't it so much fun, this patina stuff? The possibilities are really endless with this. So that was the copper. I'm going to move that over there. And I'm going to show you what it looks like one of these cheap pumpkins can look like with some white paint. Hey Kate Foley, how are you? I miss you. I love it when I get to see my friends on here live too. That's super fun. Okay, so I'm just going to get some fluff paint. This is like a gray-based white. So lots of exciting stuff happening here at Picked and Polished this last couple weeks. Launching our first online course is coming up for only $10, which I'm so excited because that really makes it accessible for everybody. And it'll be the only one that I offer at that price, just because of the amount of work and stuff that goes into online courses. But I really want everybody to be able to afford to take the basics course with the wax details. So that's why I'm offering it for $10. And it's not online yet, but it will be soon. So we've got that going on. We've got My paint is at the Altered Studio in Bristol now. I've launched some fall workshops. Just excited about this season. It's going to be a good one. So I'm not going to worry too much about being perfect with this. But you can see the coverage is really good with this. Just the gold paint. Do you have the gold paint? You know what? I don't. I need to order some because I'm doing a dresser for my daughter, and I want to give it some highlights with the gold. But you can order it. I believe it's on my website. And if not, message me and I can order it for you. I've tried to make sure I have everything on there. So they carry a base coat of gold, and then they carry like a top coat of gold. So depending on what you wanted to do with it, were you looking to paint something like a true gold, like in a thick finish of gold, or do you want to just go over another color with the gold, Alicia? Because that would depend on which one you ordered. Hi, Christina. Gold pumpkins. Ooh, that would be so pretty. So I would order the base coat gold. If I were going to paint these in gold and I wanted that to be my most prominent color, because the top coat gold is just going to give it like, it would just give it like almost like a glazed gold over the top of the color that you're using. So that would be really pretty. Gold and brown and off of like a drop cloth, and maybe the coffee bean would be a nice collection of little dollar store pumpkins. You could make some beautiful decor without spending much money at all. So that's what I love about this stuff, is I can just spend like, not even like, I can have a whole set of vignettes on my mantle or on my table for, you know, I can go up to the dollar store, to a thrift shop, and buy maybe $5 worth of items, and then go to my supply of Dixie Belle, and then I can turn them into these beautiful pieces that you'd never know were inexpensive. And I like it because, I don't know if you guys feel this way, but I love having things that nobody else has, the exact same thing. I feel like, I don't know, I just don't want, I like my house to feel like me and my family, and I guess when I make things for it, or I find unique pieces, it just makes it, to me, it makes it feel more natural and homey, and I don't know, I think that's partially why I like to refinish things too, because it feels like I can do my own unique thing, and I won't walk into someone else's house and see that exact same piece of decor. So so that's part of the fun of it for me. Or that I get to make things, because I make a lot of custom signs for people and custom finishes on dressers and stuff, and I feel like that's really special because they're getting a one-of-a-kind piece that's handmade with a lot of care, and so then, you know they have something unique too. So I don't know how you guys feel about your decor, but that's kind of why I started picking and polishing a long time ago, when my kids were itty-bitty and I was staring at my blank walls, and I didn't have any money really to spend on anything extra. My husband's a teacher, and so we were, you know, one income, and to be really, really careful, but I wanted to be home with my kids, so I'm going to just go ahead and like stipple the paint, because the styrofoam is a little bit textured, but you can see with one coat already the coverage I'm getting here, okay? So I'll go back, you can kind of see some of the orange, just some funky spots there, but I'll go back over it with another coat of the white, and with 2 coats this orange pumpkin will be completely covered, and all you need is like a quarter size of paint to cover this, if that. And I'm just going to let this dry. It's a little bit humid today here in New Hampshire, so the paint's not drying as fast as it usually does. This paint typically dries really fast. What brush is that? This is the Dixie Belle. They just came out with these new amazing brushes, and I love it. It's the round large brush. It's synthetic, and I'll have these on my website tonight actually to order. Hi Megan, thanks for tuning in. Hi Sarah. So this is, it's really nice on my hands, I feel like too. So you get like a really smooth finish. You don't have to worry about this rusting like with a chip brush. Like I have these inexpensive chip brushes. These tend to rust and you have to throw them away over time. The bristles don't wear down like they do on a normal brush. So Alicia, if you want to message me later, I'll get you, we can put together a list of some things that you want, and I can place an order for you, and I can ship to your house for $10. No matter, you know, as long as you spend $50 or more, shipping's only $10. So, oh, you have the medium flat, yeah. So that's a really good all-around brush too. So these are a little bit better for blending, I find, and I do a lot of blending and highlighting and specialty finishes, so I really feel like I have to have a couple round brushes on hand. And the nice thing about these bristles is you can suspend them in water, and they don't you know, get like all like funky. The bristles don't get all like crazy. They stay uniform in the shape that they're supposed to be in, and they hold a lot of paint, so you can do a lot very quickly with this brush. So I really like the round. I'll be ordering the flat soon. I like the idea of the smaller flat too, because you can get inside of like nooks and crannies of places too with that. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put this back in my water for now. Sorry, I get off track when I'm talking here. So what kind of paint? It's Dixie Belle Chalk Mineral Paint, and I'm a retailer, but I also feel like because I started using the paint, I was able to up my game with my finishes quite a bit, because they have everything you need all in one place, and it's really high quality, and it's not expensive like some of the other chalk mineral paints, but the coverage is amazing. I've done whole dressers with an 8-ounce jar of paint before, so I feel like my money goes a long way with the paint that I have. Alright, so with the patina line, for some of you just joining in, we're going to make this pumpkin into a patina pumpkin. And so I used the copper paint. First I did a coat of the gravel road. It doesn't matter what color you use in your base coat. And then, because you're going to cover it anyway, unless you want some of the base coat to show, that's up to you. You don't have to cover it all, but I just did for this. So I'm using the copper paint. Hi Sherry, thanks for tuning in. I've got to get your package sent out to you this week. So the copper paint, and then I also want to add a little bit of rust to it, but I'm going to wait until this dries a little bit. Well, I think it's starting to dry. I'll add a little bit of the iron paint. And then Dixie Belle has the 2 sprays. So you can use they call this the green spray, but it's really aqua colored, so people I think get confused. The green patina spray and the blue patina spray. So the blue patina spray, when you spray it on, gives it like a bluish sort of finish, and then the green patina spray, or the aqua color, gives it like a green finish. And so this makes it really oxidize and picks up the metal particles in the paint and creates a real copper patina. Behind me I have the, I did a shutter with the bronze color paint and the bronze patina. Oh, thanks, Ellie. Yeah, I don't usually wear my hair down. Anybody that knows me well knows that I have like a Amazonian wildebeest hair going on. I have like way too much. And so, yeah, it just is crazy. So I don't usually wear it down. Thank you. And I also wanted to say about the brush too, the new synthetic brushes. I had to go through chemotherapy treatment for colorectal cancer and a few years ago, and I still have a little bit of a tiny bit of neuropathy left from that. And these brushes are so much easier. My hands don't go numb as quickly as they used to when I use like a heavier brush. So these are lighter, and I really like the way they feel in my hand, and my hand doesn't like start tingling as like quickly if I'm painting for a while. So that's a nice thing. So if you're someone who has like arthritis or neuropathy or something like that, the new Dixie Belle synthetic brushes are really nice to use too for that. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my iron paint. I'm going to make sure that I shake it because it's got the metal in it. And my paint's not drying as quickly as it normally does, but I still think. So I just put the plastic over my lid so that it doesn't get crusty, because this paint especially gets really crusty. Now I'm actually going to use the paint that's on the plastic here, because why not, right? So here we go. I'm going to make sure my brushes, normally with the Dixie Belle paint, I always make sure I'm using a damp brush, but with Patina, I kind of like to make sure my brush is fairly dry when I'm using the metal paint. So I'm going to go ahead and just, this is my iron paint, so when I spray this with the green, it's not going to turn green, it's going to turn rusty. So if you look behind me, you see this metal corrugated, see my screen's sideways, so it totally throws me off. So this metal corrugated wall here was shiny new metal, and I rusted it with the iron patina paint and the spray. So that is going to give it like a rusty look in those areas. So I'm just going to go ahead and like put some, maybe some like around the top. I might do the rust. And it doesn't matter. Some people like it to look like totally haphazard, which is usually my style. I'm just going to dab some of the rust on here, cover up that orange. And I'm not letting it dry as much as I would if I were doing it, you know, just normally. But because we're going live today, I wanted to make sure you guys could see it. So then what you do is you let your base coat of your patina, your first layer, dry completely. And then, once that's dry, you put on your second coat of patina paint. So I would go ahead back, and if this were dry, I would go ahead back and put on my second coat of copper, which I'm going to just give it a go, because you guys, I really want you guys to see this. Next time I should have my example ready for you. Alright, so I'm going to take the copper again. And I've already shaken that up, my copper patina here. And I'm going to go ahead and just put a second layer on, even though, see again, I highly recommend you let your layers dry, but because I'm going live, I really want you to see what it looks like after you spray the paint on, the spray on. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some more patina on there, the copper, and then I'll go back and do a little bit more of the iron. So here's the part that I think people get a little bit confused about, is once you put your second coat on of patina paint, you want it to be a generous amount, first of all. You don't want to go super, super thin with it. Then you spray before it dries, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get another brush to do my iron. If there's anything I can answer for you if you're working on a project and you need a little help with something, let me know on here or shoot me a message. I'd be happy to help you. So I'm just going to kind of, see, you can tell it's pulling up the paint here because it's pulling up the paint a little bit on the top because I'm doing it over. I should have really let it dry, but I just want to show you guys how this works. So, doing a little rust with the iron on the top, and then we're going to go ahead and spray. So when you spray it when it's wet, and then we'll go back to the white pumpkin here in a second. So if you're working on a big piece, like I've done dressers before. Hi, Lynn. I've done dressers before in patina. I've done a mermaid tail that was pretty sizable on a dresser in patina. I work usually in sections because, oh, thanks, Shannon. I'm so glad. So I don't know if you heard about my $10 workshop I'm doing online. I haven't launched it yet officially, but I wanted to give you guys a heads up. So I'll be offering an online workshop, Chalk Paint 101, and you'll get a free lesson on how to use wax and get like highlights and details with wax included in that, and it's only $10. It's only going to be $10, and it'll be at the beginning of October, and depending on how many people sign up, we may have to close the doors, because I'm offering also included in that is a 15-minute Zoom call. So let's say you missed the live class, but you go back and you own the video after that. So even if you don't join me live, you get to watch it anytime at your leisure. And then let's say you decide you're going to try a project, you know, a month down the road, you just go ahead and go for it. You watch the course, you watch the workshop, you give it a go, and then let's say you get stuck on something, or you're nervous about something, you have a question about something. That's when you can book your free 15-minute Zoom call with me, or FaceTime call. So we could do one-on-one privately. So you can be like, okay, I really am struggling with how to get a good smooth finish, or I'm struggling with how to, you know, wax the edges of my piece. Then we would set up a time, and I would do a 15-minute free Zoom call with you. So be on the lookout for that. All right, so here we go. I'm going to spray this before it dries. That's really important. And I'm just going to use the green spray today, because I really don't want a lot of blue patina on my pumpkin. I want mostly green and rust. So I've got my iron on top, and I've got my copper on bottom. And this is a super messy project, so you're going to want to do this somewhere where you don't care that it gets everywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and just start spraying. And I want let's say I want some of the copper paint to show. So I don't want it totally green and blue, and I don't want it totally green and rusty. Maybe I want some of the copper to actually show. I'm going to like leave some areas that I'm not going to spray, because I want those areas to show a little bit of the copper. So I'm going to get the top. And then I'm just going to let it do its thing, okay? And you can kind of see where I've sprayed. It's gotten a little bit lighter in those areas. Thank you, Christina. You're so sweet to say that. So I'm going to just let that be for now, okay? And then I'm going to let the magic happen. So one of the things about the patina line is you have to be patient and wait and see. I did a paint finish boot camp with a bunch of ladies, and they were so excited to come back. It was a 2-day boot camp. So in the evening, we learned a ton of different finishes. We did patina, we did crackle, all those great finishes. And then the next day they came back and got to see their patina that had totally oxidized and transformed from the boards that they had left the night before. So really exciting. This patina will probably start changing like within, 15, 20 minutes. You'll start seeing a change easily. Like I can kind of already see. Can you guys see that, where the spray has hit some of those areas? It's turning a little greenish already. So we'll set it aside, and I'll go back to my fluff pumpkin. I'm just going to wipe up this patina spray here. And I'll show you what that pumpkin looks like, the patina pumpkin looks like, in just a few minutes when it's starting to turn a little bit more. And you can do the patina on glass, on wood. I've done it on signs before, and people swear they have to like really look at it closely because they think it's a rusty metal sign, and it's really just wood. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little more fluff, which is Dixie Belle's like gray-based white. I've got I call them little paint boogers that get in here. I'm switching over, for those of you that do a lot of painting, I'm switching over from these guys to these bigger containers, because you can snip the spout, and the cap goes on it. A little red cap goes on it and keeps your paint in really good condition. So it avoids a lot of air getting in there and making it crusty. So I always use a slightly dampened brush with Dixie Belle. And you can see the paint's not totally dry because it's humid here today. But when it says learning patience with patina, always in a hurry, Yes, so it's good. It's a really good idea to, like, for me, I always have a bunch of projects going on at once, and that way it distracts you from getting to a project too soon when you haven't waited long enough. And then the other thing about the patina that I always tell people is make sure it's dried thoroughly before you seal it. And I usually use, my go-to is either gator hide or the satin clear coat. And it goes on so quick and easy, but it'll seal your patina and that'll stop the oxidation process and it'll give it some protection. So even with these pumpkins, I will wait until tomorrow when they're completely dry, the patinas are completely dry. This one I could seal anytime, or I don't have to seal. But the patina I always seal to give it added protection. Because it gets a little bit powdery when it's dry. And I just like to give it that last, like, finishing touch. So I'm just going to kind of dab inside here. And also, if you use a little bit of water on your brush, it'll help fill in those cracks. And if you're painting something that's like a kitchen cabinet and you're dealing with like super grainy wood, if you wet the surface a little bit, not like drippy wet, just like damp, it'll help you fill in. See how nicely that covers once I got my brush a little bit wet? It'll help you fill in those grainy areas and make a smooth finish. So a lot of people that come to my kitchen cabinet painting workshop, I give them that tip because they don't want the grainy look once they've painted over their original surface. So that'll help smooth out any parts of the wood. I'm going to go ahead and... Last year when I did this, I pulled out the... I'm just reading a question. Denise, can you please include a link to where we can purchase those cool bottles? Which bottle? My little purple spray bottle? Or, oh, you mean this one, right? I'll definitely include a link because I got them on Amazon. So I'll do that later on after I'm done with this live. Thank you for asking. That was a good question. Yeah, they hold my paint better, and I don't worry about them. The other ones, the spouts are too small, and they get all clumpy and gross, and I do a lot of workshops, and I think if you're someone who likes to paint a lot, it's just handy to have those containers. They're going to save your paint, because your lids are going to, you don't have to worry about your lids going on and off all the time. So with the ones I did last time, I pulled off the top, this little top piece. It's just connected with a, okay, Denise, I'll definitely do that after the live. So I just pull off the top stem thing, and I just carved a little hole in there because it's just held on by a toothpick type thing, and I just added a little piece of a stick and hot glued it in there, and it looked really cute. And then I can tie some raffia around it or some scrap fabric that I have laying around that's sort of fall themed or goes with whatever color scheme I'm looking for. So this is the round, somebody just asked, this is a round large Dixie Belle brush, the new synthetic, and I absolutely love it. Love it. I even like it better than my Klingon, which I loved my Klingon. So this is just easier to hold. It's great for blending and highlighting. But you can squirt out just a tiny bit. Oh, do the FIFO bottles, do those squirt out a ton of paint at once? I've read that. So this one you can cut the nozzle so that it's like either really a big opening or a smaller opening. I kind of like I cut it too big, but I kind of like somewhere in between. And then the nice thing is that the cap goes right over it, even if you've cut it. So the cap, the little red snap-on cap still fits over your nozzle even when you've kind of cut it down a little bit. If the nozzles are too narrow, then the paint gets stuck. If they're too wide, then you get too much coming out at workshops. So this is a good one. I'll definitely post a link for these. They were really inexpensive too. They were less expensive than the FIFO, I think. I'm all about being budget friendly. So, all right. So here we've got our white one. So when this one is dry, I'm going to go over it with, and you don't have to worry too crazy much about the coverage if you're going over with wax, because you're going to be kind of adding some details to it, and it'll kind of hide anything that's there. So I'm going to move on over to our Patina pumpkin, because it's getting there, you guys. It's looking really cool. All right, so you can see it's already starting to do its thing. Oh my gosh, I love it. Look, I missed a little spot, so this is good. So it's good for you to see. See there where it was sitting on the table? If I had set that on a cup, it wouldn't have done that. But now, I don't want you to get into a panic if that happens. You just go back over it with a little paint and a little spray, and it's not a big deal. You don't have to worry. It'll cover that completely. So, like when this dries completely, I might just do some touch-ups, do a little spray, or I could do it right now if I wanted to. So, but look how pretty that's looking. It's going to be gorgeous once it dries. So, and then once it dries, I'll definitely post pictures of it, and I'll show you, maybe I'll do a quick video too on clear coating these, because when you clear coat patina, sometimes, most of the time, with the gator hide or the satin clear coat or whatever clear coat you're using, it will look like you've ruined your patina when you first put the layer on, because it darkens it. But it's just for the time being. When it dries, it goes right back to its beautiful patina gorgeousness. So you don't have to worry about like ruining the finish. It looks like it at first, but as the clear coat dries, it goes back to normal. So there's the patina pumpkin. I hope that was helpful today. I hope you guys might be able to make some super cute decor for your home. You can go to my link above, and I have my workshops on my website, and I have some helpful videos, and I also have my Dixie Belle paint line. And if you have any questions or need help with projects, shoot me a message. I'd be happy to help you. And I can, we could set up a time to chat, or I might have some blocks available. And be on the lookout for my $10 Chalk Painting 101 with a free lesson on how to use wax for detailing and adding depth and dimension to your pieces, because that'll be launched this week, and I'm so excited. So yeah, shoot me a message if you have any questions, and I'll be posting pictures of what this looks like later on. And I think that's everything for today, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Labor Day weekend. Go make something beautiful for your home, and have a